driving to LA. I'm not fooling around, I'm going all the way.
I mean, I think California is really like the world headquarters of happiness, isn't it? I mean, it's just where people come to build a dream, to find a better life. My name's Ruth Whippmann. I'm a writer and a journalist, and I moved from the UK to California, and I wrote a book about my experiences here and the obsession with happiness in California called America the Anxious. Pretty soon I started noticing that people here seem to be almost obsessed with the idea of happiness. Am I happy? Am I happy enough? Am I as happy as everybody else? People were really kind of agonizing about it. And then at the same time, people would kind of evangelize all the time about all these different things they were trying, these happiness hacks, whether that was like mindfulness or meditation or some kind of self-help group or some kind of spiritual well-being thing. And, you know, it even came up when I was at the gynecologist, you know, there in the stirrups, and the gynecologist is talking about this self-help book she's reading and, you know, how it's impacting her happiness journey. And I thought, you know, this is really kind of a cultural obsession here. So it got me thinking, are people actually that happy here? And it turns out that statistically, people in the US are one of the least happy groups of people in the developed world. So that kind of got me started. I looked at religion, I looked at parenting, I looked at social media, which is a really big factor. I spent time with Mormons. Mormons are statistically the happiest people in America, so I spent time trying to work out why. And I did some quite weird and wonderful self-help courses. So I had a lot of adventures. The self-help industry is worth about $11 billion, which, to put that in context, is about the same size as Hollywood, the other great purveyors of that happy ever after message. And then here in California especially, you've got, on top of that, what I've come to think of as the spiritual industrial complex. I mean, it's the mindfulness, the meditation, the yoga, things that started off as ancient Eastern traditions that have been kind of rolled into this American self-help machine. The US is a very consumer culture, so it's this idea that happiness is not something that comes as a byproduct from just living your life, but it's something you can buy. It's right there in the Declaration of Independence, you know, the founding documents of the nation. Happiness and guns. I think it's just absolutely baked into the DNA of this country. You know, this idea that each individual person has the right to pursue the happiest life possible. So I think California really is a kind of exaggerated version of a very American mentality. This real, like, positivity in Californian culture, it really allows for this amazing mindset of innovation. But people love failure here. I mean, even failures, it's like, embrace failure. Failure's great. And I think that's part of the brand here, but people have a very visionary kind of utopian mindset here. There were two main things that I concluded from looking at all this research and talking to so many people. The first was that the pursuit of happiness, you know, this relentless, very focused pursuit of happiness where happiness is your main goal, really leads to anxiety and unhappiness. So it's kind of a paradox. So that was a big conclusion. And the second was this idea that our happiness comes from our communities, from our relationships with other people. It cuts across age and gender and social class and income, personality type. Throw away the self-help books, just, you know, focus on your relationships and spend time with the people in your life. That's what's going to lead to happiness.